Hello Summits, good morning and welcome back. So in this tutorial, we want to learn how to make this lovely agbada on the screen. As you can see, this is a traditional attire worn by the groom. They are doing their traditional marriage. Now, one unique thing you observe in this video is that this embroidering on the outfit is the same color to the lady's outfit. Now, in most cases, when you want to go and do embroidering, you are bound to take the piece of the woman's material, as long as the fabric, the material in question has different shades. It's not like a neutral color, like white, black, or any type of plain color. So if you want to cut this outfit, now the reason I'm trying to explain this to you is for you to know the details of what you are working on or what you are going to cut or work with. So the first step is to know that this agbada has a round neck, as you can rightly see in the video I played, and then you also observe that the embroidering is done like round it and it went down. So, and the color is of great essence, because the way you sew regular agbada for clients that just demanded agbada is not the same with how you sew for clients that gave you a specific color and fabric for it. So you need to pay close attention to details so that you will not mess up the job. So I will teach you how to go about it. Now, then the next thing as well you also need to know is the number of yards you need. Now, the number of yards you need for a regular size client is 3 yards for the outer wear. Now, anything smaller than this will give you a smaller version of the agbada. And you also bear in mind that the size of the client also determines the number of yards to use. If you are working for a smaller or a small size person, you might use 2.5 yards or even 2 yards, depends on the size of the client. If you're also working for a bigger client, that may be extra large people, very big people, you can use 3.5 or 4 yards for the outer wear. All these things boils down to the size of the person in question, but averagely, you are going to use 3 yards for the outer wear, and then the inside of the agbada remains the normal 3.5, 4 yards that you use in making the outfits for them. So in costing of the fabric, you have to use at least 7 yards or 6.5 yards for both the inside and the outer wear. So for some of us that might be making agbada during this seasonal period, I'm trying to explain to you in details how you can get everything running. So this is my fabric I have. So I think they gave me 6 yards or 6.5 yards here. So I will bring out 3.5 yards for the inner wear, because the guy is of smaller size. His chest is 39 to 40, shoulder is 17, waist is 32, 34. So I will bring out 3.5 yards for his inner wear. Then 3 yards will be used for the outer wear. So I will take you through the process of the drafting, and then I will send it to embroidering for you to also see the agbada looks. I will also make the video on the proper sewing. So if this video sounds like what you want to learn to the very end, don't forget to watch to the very end. Like, share, comment, and drop comment like part 2 sewing, so I will know that you are picking interest in this particular tutorial. So I will do well to produce or make the sewing tutorial. So let's get down to the main drafting proper. All right, so now we want to cut the agbada. So if you observe, this is a round neck, so this is 3 yards. Now I had to use 3 yards so that I will have the fullness of the outfit. So after the embroidering, it can be reduced to any width of your choice, but 3 yards is what I will recommend you use as well. So you fold the fabric into 2 equal parts, just like this, and then fold again into 2, that's into 4 now. Then you get the midpoint. Now this midpoint is very, very essential that you get the midpoint just like this. Then you bring your iron. So I always recommend steam iron. So you bring your iron and then iron this region. Now bear in mind that we are cutting both the back neck and front neck together, and this must be done perfectly, right? So once you iron out all of these things in this form, Then the next thing you will do is to bring your set of rule for your drafting. Now, the natural neckline for the outfit is measurement is 16. So I used 2 1/4 in the outfit of the inner cutting, but here I will use 2.5 inches width for the neck width. Then the depth. Now you are going to mark 3/4 inch for the back neck depth, and then you're going to mark 3 inches deep for the front neckline. Remember, you're marking both the front and back together. Then, having done that, you square it up with the help of your angle rule this way. You square it up all through this way, right? So once you have gotten to this point, you use your neckline curve, this one, then place in this form and connect the edge with the depth of the front neck, just like this. Then the back neck, you just tip it out from here. It goes all through this way. Now remember, we are cutting both the front and back neckline together. So now once you have marked this way, you have to first of all cut the back neck, cut it together with the front, just this way. So once you have cut out the back neck, you are going to now separate this fabric. You're going to separate this fabric for you to be able to cut only the front, right? So separate the one inside, just separate it totally, just like this. And then once it has been separated properly, then you now go ahead and recut only the front neck edge. Look at it, I have separated it. So now I am recutting for the front neck depth, which goes all through in this form. So this is how you cut both front and back neckline together. So now I will send this to embroidering. So they will now do the embroidering, and then the slit opening will now be created right here. The slit opening 6 inches down will be created right here, so that why I did this cutting, so that they will have a guide on what neck width they are working on or working with, so that they won't go and do the neck width too wide or too small, because this outfit needs to be perfectly fitted on my client's neck. So the slit opening is 6 inches. So from the center point, you slit the midpoint 6 inches. Remember, it's a round neck, so it's 6 inches slit. So you measure 6 inches here, and that's all you need to do. So the rest will be handled when you have done the embroidering, and it will be placed all through the front, and just like the video I showed you in this picture. So when we get to the sewing stage after the embroidering, I'll also show you how to do this. So let me go and send it to embroidering to create the embroidering design, and then we will now come back for the sewing aspect. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye for now.